Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So why does my camera look all wonky doodle? Anyways, so today's video is another exciting one. I will be doing another foundation review and concealer review. This concealer and foundation review I've been really excited for because it's finally getting stocked on Beauty Bay. If you live in the UK, in the US you guys have probably already tried this, but this isn't a new foundation. This isn't like just brand new. This is something that has recently come to the UK. I'm hoping Colourpop as well, but it's recently come to Beauty Bay, and it is the Wet n Wild concealer and like collection. So I'll be reviewing the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation. So this is what the foundation looks like. I'm going to give you all the claims, show you how I apply it with a brush and a sponge. Yeah, I'm a bit scared about this. This was £6 on Beauty Bay. You can get this on Beauty Bay. I will link it. However, when it first launched, I sadly didn't get hold of it because yeah, it sold out pretty quick. So I got hold of this and I got hold of the concealer. I also got hold of the bronzer, but however the bronzer's too light. And I also got hold of the Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the shade Precious Metals, which I'm really excited to show you as well. If you want to see how these two bad boys work on my skin, then please keep watching. So it says, I'm going to actually just read off the bottle. You can get this from Beauty Bay in the UK. I'm not too sure how many shades there are in the US, but on Beauty Bay right now, well, I do know they're going to be stocking more shades. There's only 6, so I only had 6 shades to like choose from. I'm hoping this shade might match me a little bit. So this is the Photofocus foundation. I'm in the shade Golden Beige. I was matched to Golden Beige. So why is this in a different color? Why is this in a different language? So it says a high performing matte foundation. I'm a bit sketchy about matte, even though it's like summer right now. I could do with that, but I'm a bit sketchy about matte still. Your skin only better. The new high performing skin perfecting foundation underwent major road testing under 7 different photo lighting conditions to deliver flawless camera ready makeup every time. Specially made with matte light diffusing complex that to give your skin #NoFilter perfection. So it's cruelty free and vegan, which is really good. So it says directions to apply in the center and blend outwards. Okay, I'm just gonna go in. So as I said, this is the shade Golden Beige. This is what the shade looks like. Reference, I am a Maybelline Fit Me 220. I don't know my MAC reference because all the time MAC have always got my shade wrong, so I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna shape this because I don't know what the consistency is like. I'm so sorry if you can hear noises in the background. My brothers are home from holiday and it's like hell here. I want to see what it looks like inside. So I think this might have a spatula. Oh yeah, so it's a spatula formula. It doesn't seem like watery, but however, let me just swatch a little bit on my hand. So that is what the swatch looks like. Okay, it could be a decent colour match. It does, I don't know what Golden Beige, what does Golden Beige have? So Golden Beige is for medium to golden skin tones. I would say I'm a medium, slightly golden, slightly neutral skin tone, so hopefully this should match me. So I'm not going to prime, I am just going to go and dive into this foundation. I might just put it all over the face, or should I do one side of each? Okay, I'll do one side of each. So I'm just going to take the spatula, and I like how this just picks up. Why I like the spatula is because I feel it's just going to pick up the right amount for each side, and I'm not going to like lather too much on, so I don't need to pour it onto my hand. So I'm just going to put, oh, I really do like the spatula. It makes picking up foundation. It makes picking up foundation a little bit easier. So I am going to go in with my Morphe M439 brush. This is my favourite foundation brush, and I'm just going to go in and work this in. It has a really like strange scent. Okay, so that is one layer of foundation on my skin. It's light coverage. I will definitely say it's like light, slightly medium. I do like it. I feel if you are liking the light to medium look, then maybe this is for you. I feel it is my skin tone. It does match me quite well. I feel it has evened out my skin tone. It looks really nice on the skin. It looks more natural than anything. It just looks like my skin. What else can I say? It hasn't covered my redness, but I'm going to try and see if the concealer has any decent coverage. I might go in with a little bit of an extra layer just so these bits are not seeping through. It has sort of colour corrected. It does feel nice, it feels nice, but it dries down very, very quickly. So you have to work with it quite quick because it does feel matte already. It does have a slight sheen to it, but it is matte. I would say it does dry down, and I feel one layer just might not be enough. Not even for coverage, just to make sure that like there's actually foundation on my skin. So I am just going to go in with a sponge this time just to go over these little areas just to see how we can build up the coverage on this foundation, because it does look nice wearing. So I want to see. It has got a funny smell though. Like it has got a really funny smell. Yeah, that has covered it up a little bit more. I'm really sorry, this lighting's going everywhere. It has covered up a little bit more, but nothing like too much. Like nothing like, oh wow, it's covered up everything. I would say this is a very, very light medium, but I'm actually liking it. I think it does look nice. I'm actually surprisingly liking it. I don't normally like foundations that are light to medium coverage, but this just looks really, really nice on the skin. So now I am going to go in. I really, really find this spatula handy, so I'm going to go in with this foundation once again and go on this side of my face. The spatula's a bit scratchy though. Like it's obviously plastic, but it's a little bit scratchy. So that is the other side of the foundation put on. Now, it is definitely matte. It is definitely matte. It's very mattifying. It hasn't, even I'm looking on both sides, it hasn't clung to anywhere, but I do prefer the coverage with the brush, I feel. I think actually, I don't think there's much difference. I can definitely tell that this side is a lot drier. Yeah, it does feel a little bit drying around the eye area. Like you can see my eyes just starting to crease a little bit. Shouldn't have put it there, but yeah, I'm going to put a tiny bit more just over these blemishes. It's not one of my favourites. It is slightly clinging to texture. Like I can definitely feel I've got foundation on. I don't know why that is. I don't know, like, Okay, so now onto the concealer. This is what the concealer looks like. So it's the Wet n Wild Photofocus concealer. So it's tested under 7 light conditions. This has 9 fluid ounces, so it's not a lot of product in here, but I think this was only £3.50. The foundation has 1 fluid ounce, so you're getting your usual amount of foundation, so that is good for £6. I think for the price it's really, really good. I don't know if it's oxidizing. Is it oxidizing? No. Okay, so it says instantly brightens and perfects appearance of skin. It conceals imperfections, dark spots and blemishes, gentle enough to use on delicate under eye area. I do like the packaging. I got the shade light medium beige. So this is what the packaging looks like. Again, this is cruelty free and vegan, I think. I do like the packaging. It is really, really small though. I think it's quite handy dandy. So you get a doe foot, like a general doe foot. Like I can really feel this foundation underneath my eyes. Like it just feels really, really drying. I think it's got a nice coverage. It's decent. You do have to build up the coverage, I'm noticing, but it's not terrible. So I'm just going to go underneath. Yeah, I think that's decent. I don't like me right now. Okay, this is a bit thicker. This concealer is a little bit thick, so I'm having to go in constantly, which I don't know if is a good thing, because I'm literally going in using a tiny bit and like having to go back in again. Like there's not that much concealer in there. So I'm a bit worried. So I'm just going to go in under my eyes. I don't know what kind of coverage I'm looking for. Okay, so let me have a look. Okay, well, I will say this foundation is definitely matte. My eyes feel like they have a lot of product on, like this really, really heavy. I think that might be due to the foundation, so I wouldn't advise putting the foundation underneath your eyes. I shouldn't have done that anyway. My face does feel like it has foundation on. Like it's not like lightweight. I don't feel it's lightweight. I can feel foundation on my skin. It's like definitely picking up on texture and like my pores, especially on my nose. It's not terrible, but it just feels like I've got face paint on. I don't know how I'm feeling. I think it's decent. I think if I just give it a little bit of a set and I do the rest of my face and I come back, it might feel a little bit easier, but so far it isn't my favourite. So I will come back once I've done the rest of my face, give you my final thoughts on this foundation and concealer. But I don't know, even the concealer, it's not given loads of coverage because you can still see my vein seeping through, but it's heavy. It's like, it's not lightweight, I don't think. For me, I think it's like really heavy, and I just feel it's gonna really drag my eyes down. Okay, so I'm back. I've done the rest of my look. The highlight I'm actually wearing, where is it gone? It is the Wet n Wild highlighter powder in the shade Precious Metals. I'm digging this look, you know, like I'm not really like into colourful lipstick. Okay, so my thoughts on the foundation. It's not my favourite. I think it's sitting well with everything, seeing as like I've put the rest of my makeup on. I've had it on for about an hour or two now. So it's been on for some time. It is sitting okay. Like I've given it a while, I've walked away, I've come back, sit with you guys. My hair is dried, as you can see. So I feel it could be better. I think for £6 it's pretty decent. I think if it's an everyday foundation for you, then if you're not used to foundations and you want to get into a foundation, then this foundation would be pretty good for you, because I think it might match you. It might just sit a little bit better with you. It might be easier to build up with little coverage and then go to fuller coverage. If you're a beginner, this is a really good foundation. I think if you was to be like me and love full coverage and whatnot, then I wouldn't go for this. If you have dry skin, I 100% would not recommend this. Now, this is just for my personal preference. It could work for a lot of you girls that are boys who have dry skin, but I just feel it's heavy. Like I can definitely feel like I've got foundation on. Like even with thicker foundation, this feels like I've got the Huda Beauty foundation on. Now I've tried that and that's really heavy and I'm not really a fan of it. I think the coverage is really good, but it's just too heavy for me. So I don't know, I feel the concealer, I think it hasn't creased, which is a good thing. It hasn't creased at all, which I like. I'm going to use it a little bit more. I'm going to give you like Instagram videos and things like that, but I feel it could be, the concealer I like. I think I'd rate the concealer maybe a 6 or 7 out of 10. This I would maybe rate about a 5 out of 10. Obviously I've got to use it more, but I think from first impressions of how it's sitting on my skin, it could work differently in the winter, it could work differently in the summer. You don't know with foundations. This is just the first impression. You do have to build the foundation up. It's not full coverage. I think if you have extremely clear skin, like extremely, like not one blemish around, then this could be full coverage. But if you're a blemish girl, or you've got acne, or even if you've got problematic skin, or if you don't have problematic skin, you will see your natural skin seeping through, which sometimes people like. Sometimes people like the whole skin seeping through thing. That's not me. I think if you watch my channel, you know I will give you the blatantly honest and say this is not full coverage. Sometimes I'm liking how it's not too full coverage, because it gives you more of that natural look. It's sitting nice, however I can feel it. It is a little bit drying. It is clinging to certain places, like I've got dry areas. You can see my spots and whatnot. It clings to texture. It doesn't do what high-end foundations do, which is don't cling to texture, things like that. But you're gonna get that with just spending £6. But you do get everything else is a yes for me. I think it's an okay foundation. I will use it more. I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's the worst foundation I've ever used, but it isn't the best foundation I've ever used. So I would rate it maybe a 6 out of 10. If you have any questions on the foundation and concealer, I think they go very well together. I will try and take some pictures, and all my pictures will be up on Instagram, so if you want to have a look, please feel free to go there. I will say I did enjoy wearing these. These has been on for a while. What I like is they're matte, where even though it's summer but it's cloudy, but it's a little bit like hot, so but it's a little bit warm. So what I'm liking is that I'm not getting any of my oils, which is really good. I'm not oily anywhere, which I'm liking. So this could be good for oils. This could be like matte in a way to stop producing oils. So I'm hoping this is not going to break me out, because I've had a little breakout session recently. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, like I say, please feel free to just message me. I will do more, like not reviews on this specific foundation, but I will do looks where I'm using this foundation. So I am going to use it a lot more, give you my thoughts, etc. If I have any thoughts of like change of thought or things like that with foundation, or it's broken me out, everything everything will be put on my Instagram. So if you are not following me on Instagram, I would love if you could, because I'm always active on there. More active on Instagram than I am on YouTube. So my Instagram is at hanstluce. It's right here. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that depending on how I edit this. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a massive thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. If you're new here and you've just come over just to see my reviews, I do more of these foundation reviews all the time, or I do reviews on any products. If you have any idea what type of products you want me to review, your girl, the comment section is where to go. Now, if you're new here, as I've said, and you've just come over here to watch my foundation review, please hit the subscribe button. It would mean the absolute world to me. And I love you all. I hope you take care. Bye. I'm really feeling this look. Like, I'm really feeling a bit of orange.